Welcome to the life and suffering of Sir Brante in times of the fall of the blessed Archnean Empire. A game that looked interesting. Part of me, I'm like, may not be my genre, but it looked interesting. I'm sure a lot of people that probably are subscribed to me, even though they probably don't suspect I'd play such a game. I know a bunch of people that either, like simulation, visual novels. It's not really a visual novel, but it's one that involves a lot of reading, and I know a lot of people like my voice, so it also felt like something that people would possibly enjoy that I play. But I'm sure a lot of people will be interested, but of course, the game will be released March 4th on Steam. Link in the description below for those that do get interested in this title, as I do play it. It is a narrative-driven RPG set in a gritty world where a person's law is determined at birth, while the gods are real and preside over the fates of men. Set out on a lifelong journey and carve out your own destiny. Will you become a judge, an inquisitor, or conspire against the old order? You decide. So basically, as you might assume, you basically would follow the tale of this guy. You control what he does, what he says, what happens, and there is, what do they say? As the thing says, I think there's like 80 different outcomes that could possibly happen due to your actions. I think I read that somewhere. Maybe. The first game walkthrough can take you up to 15 hours. So I read it somewhere. Could be wrong, but either way. So we'll see what happens as I try it, see what I do, because a lot of people like to hear my reasoning, how my thoughts are. I do like to explain my thoughts. I do like to go into depths of why I do things or why I decide certain actions, so maybe it'll be a fit made in heaven. Well, I'll be basically dictating whether or not it's a one-shot game, or if I'll be continuing to play it based on people's, just based on how people receive the game. Enter your character's name, Sir Neco Brante. Choose your name carefully. Other characters will address you exactly like Sir Douchebag Brante. I mean, Sir Douche Brante? Sir Douche Brante. Okay, I gotta do that. Let's see. Chapter restarts, huh? You will be able to rewind to the beginning of any chapter you have completed and continue from that point. Ooh. Consequences. You will see the consequences of your possible choices in advance. This is recommended game mode, as you'll be able to direct the fate of your character in any way you want. You will not see the consequence of your possible choices in advance. If you want to discover the results of your decision only after you've taken it. I'll go with just... We are Sir Douche Brante. You hold the fate of a single man in your hands. You will follow his life from birth to death. Your choices shall define who Sir Douche Brante will grow up to be. You will decide his personality, social status, and what mark he'll leave on history. With every step he takes at your behest, Sir Douche Brante's character will change and evolve. Your decisions will close some doors for him, but open many others. The world of Sir Brante's birth is a ruthless realm where people are divided into estates. It's hard to be a hero here. Be ready to accept that Sir Douche Brante cannot overcome every challenge in his path. Every hard choice will test his character and personal qualities. Often you will not be able to make the choice you would like to. It may happen because you chose a different road earlier, exhausted your hero's willpower, or haven't earned the right position in society. Every victory will be a struggle, a path paved with bitter losses and gut-wrenching failures. Accept the tragedy. This is how you'll create a gripping and unique tale for your hero. What will become of your Sir Brante, his loved ones, and his world? It all depends on you. We're Sir Douche, so we will do our best to survive.
The story of my life remains written on these pages. My fate has always been my own. Every deed, every choice, and every person I met made me what I am. Could I have really taken a different path? Found a different calling? Altered the very course of history? And what price would I have to pay?
Who knows? I don't know what I want. I'll go with the flow, which is how I live and how I'll make Sir Douche Brante. Sir Brante the Douche. Your fingers are stained with ink, your breathing grows ragged, your hands are shaking, yet the words begin appearing on the page before you one by one, clinging together to form a chronicle of your own life. Who are you, and how did you reach this end? You were born, raised, and lived your entire life in the blessed Archnean Empire. In this land, a man's destiny is predetermined at the moment of his birth. Whether human or Archnean, nobleman, priest, or low-born commoner, all bend to the divine will of the twin gods. And each life is not but a single cog in the universe's immeasurable machine. The memories come flooding back. They engulf you as a merciless wave, binding together days that are thrice dead and gone. The dreams of your childhood, your adolescence, your youth spent in the capital, years of peace teeming with life in a war drenched in blood, high ranks and lowly deeds, opulent palaces, secretive city backstreets, fields of battle, and faces. So many faces of the people you held dear and the people who walked this road by your side. Such was your life, now all exposed by ink erupting onto the page. With your every step you sought to change the world as you saw fit, the choices of your upbringing, the path you carved in your youth, the fruits of your struggle, the consequences of your sacrifice, all of it led you here, to the end of your time, and every choice had a price. Now years and years later, the crossroads of your life echo in your memory, the pain and joy inextricably intermingled. Could you have taken a different path, chosen a different calling, found a different place in the world? You had the power to alter the very course of history. Now on the verge of death, you struggle with doubt, seeking answers to the last and most crucial question of all, your life. Of all the paths in life, why did you walk this one? Did you choose your own fate, or was your life shaped by forces beyond your control? What determines a man's destiny? Your life has always been yours to live. You made your own destiny. The world around him. Your path was charted for you by the people, the age, and the society. I'd agree with the first and the second. Honestly, destiny does not exist. Human life is an exercise in chance, is not governed. I'd say the man himself. Of all those choices. You can hear death's footsteps drawing near. You square your shoulders and take a deep, full breath. You have found your final answer. What is destiny other than a long chain of your own actions and decisions? No matter what happened in your life, you always had a choice. You lived the life you deserved. Only you can answer for it. But are you right about this? Is it all true? To learn the truth, you have to return to the very beginning, remembering every step you took along the way. On these pages, the story of a man named Douche Brante will live once more. Yes! Childhood. Oh, this hair. Childhood. Very peaceful, very nice, I'm sure. I wouldn't be a douche child, but we'll see as time goes along. I want to be like the douche Brante, who was actually a nice person, perhaps. I didn't name myself Douche to be a douche to everyone, so I don't want people to get that misconception, okay? Childhood, where life begins. First words, first unsteady steps. You're but a small child learning about the world in which you were born. To you, everything is so new, so baffling, and so unforgiving. A long, trying life stretches before you, so many feats and faults, so many fateful choices to come. Yet you are already sowing the seeds of your future self. You are learning to live and survive in this world, looking for a place within it to call your own, choosing your future destiny. Who will you grow up to be? In chapters childhood, adolescence, and youth, you will live through your hero's coming of age. You will shape the protagonist's personality, his qualities, and relationships. By the end of the prologue, you will determine the future occupation of your hero. Only in adulthood will he start to influence the world around him and even the ultimate fate of the Empire. Who will Douche Brante grow up to be? We will see. Like I said, I go with the flow, so we'll make it out. Childhood, we're living in... okay. Events in the personal life of the hero that can happen in this chapter. Ooh, the fencing lesson. You dare to study fencing like your father, even though you have no right to it by birth. As a small child, you suffer your first death and rebirth. Huh. Insight. You experience an insight when your mother tells you about the ways of the world and the lots of its inhabitants. Perception to 4, play with ants. Suffer your first death. Like, my own death? That'd be strange. Nobleman's Sacrament. You challenge the Sacred Order and attempt to seize a noble lot. Willpower to 0. Kiss the sword. You challenge the Sacred Order. Fencing lessons. Personality. But I get, what am I get to, this is like telling me the future possibilities? Events in the personal life of the hero that can happen in this chapter. So we can have all of them happen, or as many as we wish. Your personal qualities at this age, you determine which choices you may take. Oh, well, I don't get to change it, but yes. Your perseverance and strength of character, your ability to get your way, it affects your frame of mind and the skills you will have when you grow up. I don't want to be spineless for sure. Represents how attentive you are to other people and the world around you, your ability to comprehend and learn. It affects your frame of mind and the skills you have when you grow up. Inattentive, curious, inquisitive, insightful. Yeah, I'd want everything high, really. Oh shit, what? I'm already ready for action. My willpower is strong! And I'm untouched by death. I don't want to be touched by death then. But yeah, I'm ready for action, that's good. Full of power! The sections that open in this chapter. Destiny screen is now. Personality screen. Oh shit. Destiny screen, House of Brante screen, family screen. Destiny. Sir Douche Brante. Personality, lowborn, child, no deaths. Well, I don't want to die for sure. House of Brante. Let's see. We get to check things up, I guess. The year is 1118. Tarnished honor. The honor of your family and your position in society affects how nobility treats your family. We are tarnished. So it could be worse, but it could be so much better. Wealth. We're pretty good. Unity. Represent how close and trusting your family is. This is with not the country, but our family is pretty good. Heir is Stefan Brante. Relations, indifference. Robert Brante's son from his first marriage and a noble birth. From a young age, he has been striving in the first thing. That seems okay. The state of the Brante house as a whole, its social position, its wealth. I mean, I don't know if I would care whether or not the house breaks apart or we stay on good terms or not. So let's see. Gregor Brante is the grandfather. Lydia is our mother. Robert Brante, who's the father. Amalia Elborn is the ex-wife, who had Stefan. So Stefan is the brother, and as it said, the House of Brante, he's the heir. So if he were to die, we'd become the heir. But we're not going in that trajectory yet. Destiny, though. Settings. We'll unlock chapter 2. Alright, well, I think I'm ready. Begin chapter. Let's begin. At first there was nothing. No time, no sensation, nothing but darkness and void. But then I will breathed life into nothingness. Matter and spirit were set in motion. History began its march. It was your turn to enter this world. Sensikai! But I didn't get hit by a truck! Your first memory, you are lying on your back, blinded by a bright white light. You are not alone. Above you tower the colossal figures of those who created you. You are a part of them, and they are a part of you. Between you and them is an inexplicable connection, a strong, unbreakable link. They will always watch over you, guard you, and protect you. I mean, unless I spite their family, probably. It hurts to breathe. You let out the pain in form of a desperate scream. Your creators extend their hands towards you. There are two of them, the ones who made your form from their own selves and brought you into this world. They are united, yet as they lean closer, you begin to see how different they are. You can already feel their differences within you, struggling against each other. The first figure is soft and empathetic, wise and merciful. The love that emanates from it wraps you head to toe like an invisible blanket. The warmth from it is never-ending. The second figure is strong and powerful, commanding and noble. It is harsh but fair, a beacon of guidance, a force of protection, and merciless punishment for every misdeed. Yet there is also a third figure. It is like a shadow barely seen behind them, yet already pulsing with an unbreakable will to live. It is the very will to live that is now growing ever stronger within you. Who's this third person? A soft open palm, a strong closed fist, a lingering distant shadow. You struggle to loosen the swaddling clothes wrapped around you and extend a tiny hand into the world. Honestly, I wouldn't maybe even want to be shown the future. But I mean, it telling me, I reach out with a fist, smile at the shadow. You smile at the figure standing behind them. I wouldn't want to be told the future, honestly, at this rate. I want to go based on instinct. Maybe if I can turn that off. Hidden consequences. Yes. I think this would be the most appropriate way, honestly. Let's go. But yeah, we'll go with the fist. I did want determination, but now I won't be spoiled. The fist is stiff, coarse, and even unpleasant to the touch, but this firm hand belongs to your father. A tiny newborn, you are helpless before the full-grown man. Your little hand practically challenges him in his strength, and he accepts the challenge. Your father's fist opens, his hand strokes your little hand gently, if somewhat awkwardly. It is a tender gesture, a glimpse into something he will seldom let show in the years to come. I am now spineless, from 0 to 1, but I do not want to continue being spineless. I want to show my determination and strength. But of course, as a man, you must show the tenderness too. You must be tender but rough. Just like I guess father is. Your life in the world begins, how will you live it? Life involves cures and poisons. You can't be an extreme, you must be a balance of everything. I will try to juggle that in my interpretation. As the days go by, you learn to tell your parents apart. You recognize father by his heavy breath and strong cold hands. He visits you rarely. I mean, I don't know how busy he is. Hello there, little douche Brante. Father, don't! Why did you name me such? Mother's tender voice, however, follows you day and night. Well, I don't want to be a mama's boy, but... My, you're growing so quickly, my child. There are 2 more children of the family, named Stefan and Gloria. Gloria sings songs to you. She often dresses you in tight clothing and gently holds your hands as you learn to take your first steps. Stefan likes to sweep you up and pinch you and toss you into the air. I mean, hopefully he catches me. Oh, look, this is your brother and sister. Yeah, you'll like my little brother. We're gonna play together, but I'll always be in charge, 'cause you were born a commoner. I already don't like your face, and I don't like your attitude. You smug bastard, I don't like you, brother. Be quiet, you. He doesn't understand yet. Come on, baby douche. Let's go play in the yard. It is hot outside. Jeez, those are some loud birds. It is hot outside. You grip your brother's hand with one and your sister's with another as they help you walk down the giant stone stairs. Then you sit on the ground and start exploring the sparse blades of grass with your fingers. It tickles. In the sky far above and away from you is a gigantic pillar, a perfectly straight stick made of light. It is so bright it hurts to look at. Why are you staring at the shining pillar? It's not going anywhere, you know? Hey, I want to play hide and seek. He's just a baby. How is he going to play? Then you hide him, and I'll find both of you. You have no idea what they're talking about, but you support them with a happy cooing. This is strange, but so exciting. Stefan and Gloria glance at each other, then your brother walks to a big tree, closes his eyes, and starts shouting something. Gloria takes her hand and walks you through the yard. Your sister takes you behind some thick bushes by a tall wall. The light from the light stick on the horizon barely reaches here. You can't see home from this place. The ground is crawling with tiny black bugs. Gloria sits you down on the ground and puts a finger to her mouth, for some reason, and then she's gone. You can no longer hear Stefan's voice. Gloria is nowhere to be seen. You feel colder. The bugs are no fun to play with. You've been sitting here for a long time, completely alone. Nobody checks on you. Did they forget about you? Did they abandon you? You get up off the ground and start crawling through the bushes. Crying? No. You get up off the ground and start crawling through the bushes to find your way home. I'll sit there and wait. Find your way home shows probably determination as a baby, but... If we're playing hide and seek, though, I want to be patient. I don't think they'll leave me and then it'll become nighttime and I get attacked. The bush is covered with leaves swaying in the wind. You brush through them with your fingers. The twigs and branches are stiff and will not bend. They are different from the blades of grass. Down on the ground, you see a group of bugs carrying a little twig. You grab it from them. They're so funny. One of the bugs crawls on your finger and bites it, just enough to sting a little. You hear brisk steps and then the leaves and the twigs rustling and parting you. Your mother leans over you. You greet her with a happy face and show her the finger with the bug on it. So that's where they took you. Mother picks you up, puts you to her chest, and pats you on the head. Your brother and sister stand behind her, clearly feeling guilty. Gloria is in tears. Stefan keeps staring at his feet. You hug Mother tightly. She is here now. Perception. Well, at least we gained a perception. I do want that raised as well. I want strength and curiosity. I want all of it raised, honestly. I can't just be a complete fucking meathead now, can I? Another memory. You are still a little child, but can already talk and run around on your own. Today is out of the ordinary. Father is busy around the house giving orders to the servants. Throughout the day, the kitchen has been abuzz with work. And there are solemn, gloomy preparations and candles being lit. Even your older brother Stefan is quiet today. Mother takes your hand and brings you to your sister Gloria. My son, today is the great descent. We honor the day when the twin gods descended to us. We must spend this day in reverence to the gods. You are too young to understand, so just do everything your sister says for now. Gloria takes you to the playroom. There are no toys there, no chairs. Even the carpet has been taken away. There is nothing there but a bare wooden floor. Today we're not allowed to go to any other rooms. We'll be eating nothing but gruel and stale bread on the day of the great descent. Everyone must be where they belong. Oh. So we're the two commoners and we belong with nothing, materialistically and otherwise. It is quiet, unusually so. Muffled voices from beyond the door are all you can hear. You're sitting on the cold floor, confused with no idea what to do. Then you hear your sister's voice, a lonely sound in the empty room. It is a little song that Mother taught her. You hold your breath as you listen to it. When the twins came down to Earth, they brought lots for every birth. Let us count them. 1, 2, 3. The twins made them for you and me. Nobles rule and bravely fight. They protect us with their might. Priests work hard to understand, guide us by the twins' commands. Common people work and toil, always patient, never spoiled. Live your lot where you were born. To the day when you pass on, know your lot and know the prayer, for the twins see everywhere. You are transfixed by the tune. Gloria notices your gaze and smile creeps across her face. You like the rhyme, don't you, douche? Do you know what it's all about? Look, there are 3 lots. They were brought to us by the twins when they descended to us from the shining pillar. Remember that pillar of the light on the horizon? That's it. You can see the shining pillar anytime and from anywhere in the world. If you follow your lot as you live, you'll reach the peak of the pillar, and if you don't, you'll get eternal torment at the foot. You and I are lowborn. Mom is a commoner, too, so the lot of you and me is to suffer and be patient and work hard. Understand, the priests and the nobles have other lots. The nobles fight and rule over everybody. The priests, well, I'm not really sure what they do, but I guess they talk to the twins and then teach everybody. Gloria stares at you intently. Did you get it, silly? Then she shakes her head and keeps singing the song over and over. Her voice transfixes you, drawing you in. The room starts to glow like the sky. From this light emerges 2 figures you have known ever since the moment of your birth. One of them embraces your sister's shoulder. The other stands guard behind her back. You watch this happening before your very eyes, unable to turn away. Gloria is swaying to the song, unaware of what is happening. She sings the final verses once more. Know your lot, know the prayer. You feel compelled by this divine sight to express yourself somehow. You feel words condensing within you from the light. But what will these words be? You shout words of your own instead of the last line of the song. I'll interpret it for now. I don't want to start being some kind of rebel piece of shit at so early in my age. I can do that later. Know your lot and know the prayer. For the twins see everywhere. You sing the last line together with Gloria. Your sister looks up at you in surprise and gives you a nod. The shining pair standing behind her back turn to look at you. You can feel their gaze piercing you from top to bottom. When the moment passes, they melt into the dim light coming from the window. Gloria turns her head to look at where you're staring. Did you see something, douche? You shake your head, not anymore. Curious. Just because you're being a little bit of a subservient doesn't mean it has to be permanent. You don't want to show yourself as being rebellious way too early. I don't want negative interpretations of me so early. Sure, you're a commoner. Sure, you can claim that you know your position in life as a commoner then, but I'm quite the rebel. But it's never the best to, show yourself as a rebel so early in. Wait till you have power. You're starting to understand more and more of what the adults say. Your family is an unusual, and your father is a nobleman, but not by birth. His is a title earned through great service. See, we get to work through that too. But your mother's a low-born woman, a commoner. Because of this, you were born a commoner, but father says you may yet come unto nobility. I'll try that. I want to be like a powerful noble that isn't really following the rules, but we'll see. His hair also has to stop stabbing my eyes. You learn to read at an early age. Together with mother, you read and learn by heart the many poems about the divine twins, the twin gods who reside upon the shining pillar. Mother calls these poems prayers. Again and again, you try to discern the shapes of the gods in this strip of holy light that shines in the sky all day and night, but the light is too blinding to gaze upon. The greatest joy of all is when the stairs are no longer an insurmountable obstacle, but now you can climb and even jump from step to step. Father urges you to be more careful and avoid climbing too high, but even though you keep falling, you never stop being curious about the world around you. Curiosity. I also want determination. Your older brother Stefan now spends less and less time playing with Gloria and you. Playing with commoners is beneath a nobleman to be, he says. So Gloria calls him names and Stefan pulls her pigtails. One fine evening, father gathers you all in the sitting room with an announcement. You'll have another little brother or sister soon. Gloria asks him to bring home a little sister. Another brother would be too much. Stefan gets frustrated. There are too many little siblings getting in his way as it is. Soon you'll be an older brother too, and it doesn't really matter who the youngest will be, a boy or girl, you will love them the most. When father comes back from his trips, he reads his adult books aloud for you. You find these stories of wars, generals, and rebellions quite enchanting, and father approves of your fascination. Good. Study hard, and maybe one day you'll become a noble of the mantle and earn your sword, but first you need to grow up. Growing up, the concept is as terrifying as it is alluring. A lot of suffering. You keep staring at the carpet under your feet. You are both ashamed and proud, and it feels odd. A scratch on your hand stings a little. Stefan is standing next to you, sniffing from pain. Your brother was training in the yard with a wooden sword. You wanted to play with him, but he ended up getting angry and throwing the sword at you. The stick hit you in the shoulder. You picked it up and hit him with it. You see mother's shoes walking to and fro on the carpet. You do not want to look up. You would rather not see her angry. She's not as gentle to you these days. Why did you hurt Stefan, douche? I gotta learn my place, apparently. You stammer out an explanation. He hit you first. You just hit him back. How dare he pester me like that? When I grow up, I'm going to hit you with a real sword. I don't like Stefan. I'm fine with his assassination later. Mother shushes you both and speaks to you again. Her voice is stern, and you can still feel her concern for you. It's probably for my well-being. Even if Stefan hits you, you cannot hit him back. You're my son, and I was born a commoner. Our lot is to suffer, but your brother was born from a noble father and a noble mother. His sacrament is coming soon, and then he'll rule over the likes of us. If you hurt a noble, you must be punished. That is your lot, and the sooner you learn it, the better off our entire family will be. Now Stefan looks at you in triumph. You look at mother in fear, not sure what to do now. You accept your guilt and tell mother, ugh. What conditions met? Willpower. Willpower 0. It'll improve and not at all. You demand the mother explains why things are like this. Deny your guilt. You continue to insist that you're not guilty and will not be punished no matter what. I wouldn't want to accept punishment per se. Shit. This is troublesome. I don't need to. I don't want to be demanding as a kid. I don't want to accept punishment. Conditions met, though. I'm curious about that. But I don't think it's a good thing. It's like willpower greater than 0. Now 0. I don't want to be that wimpy. I want to, I wanted, as I said, I didn't want to play by the rules for now, but I don't want to weaken my kid self. I'm gonna deny my guilt. I'll still be punished, no doubt. You break out of mother's arms and start screaming. You're innocent, you cry, and if he hits you, you'll hit him back. All fear and shame are gone. You stand up straight and stare defiantly into your mother's eyes. Her expression grows bitter. She catches you by the collar of your shirt and drags you down the stairs. I'm doing this for your own good. Do not defy me, douche. You're born a commoner, my son. Power and will is not your lot. This is Stefan's lot. He'll become a noble soon. Life for you and me is humility and suffering. You have to accept it. Excellent. You are flogged in front of your entire family. The pain burns in your skin again and again. You clench your teeth and hold back the tears. This is the only way you can prove that to prove that you are your brother's equal. Yes, it is the only way you can prove that one day you'll have the right to rule and fight. Exactly. I'm no longer spineless. Exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to be a little shit, but at the very least the consequences weren't too huge. Being punished, fine. I wanted to make it so my character didn't remain spineless, or by accepting guilt, it doesn't improve at all. I don't want that. Mother mostly stays in her chambers now. With each passing day, she grows heavier and her features get rounder. It gets difficult for her to walk, but she still smiles all the time. One day she takes your hands and puts them on her big belly, and you feel a movement deep inside her. You will have another brother or sister soon. Gloria takes you on walks to the yard now. You explore the yard together under the evening light of the pillar, and she sings you songs and tells you amazing stories. Hey, douche, do you want to hear a rhyme? I wrote it myself. There's even a bit about you, but don't tell anyone, okay? Writing poems and songs is only for nobles. If Mommy hears it, I'll get flogged. Remember how you got flogged for hitting Stefan? I wouldn't want her to get flogged. She's been nice. Our judge is my second father. In the past I had another. Mother says the twins are great. Says we should not fight our fate. Brother loves to jump around. Please don't fall down on the ground. Zero a little lime. Please don't tell them it is mine. But today your sister is nowhere to be seen. She promised to take you to the old pond and show you the red frogs that live there, but then she vanished. The servants join you in your search. Even Mother leaves her chambers when she hears the commotion. Finally find Gloria in the far corner of the garden. She's holding a quill and sheets of paper covered in poetry. Uh-oh. Mother becomes angry the moment she sees it. She looks through the poetry and her face grows dark with rage. Gloria is standing before her, wringing her hands and looking for an opportunity to run, but there seems to be no escape. I'll take the blame if needed. What is this nonsense, Gloria? We talked about this. You were told to take care of your little brother. You're absolutely not allowed to entertain yourself with this writing. I can decide that for myself, Mom. Oh, Gloria became defiant and inspired by my own defiance, I guess. No, you cannot. It has already been decided by the gods. And he's not a little brother anymore. He doesn't need a nanny, and I need some time alone to think for myself. I'm not hurting anyone. You are a commoner and a future wife. It's time you learn to properly care for the children. Had your disgraceful former father kept me in his house, you could have been born a noble, but that is not our fate, and you are absolutely forbidden from ever spoiling paper and wasting ink again. Mother grabs Gloria firmly by the hand and takes you into the house. The scribbled sheets fly into the fireplace. Gloria sobs violently. You're a bystander by the scene, unsure of how to act. Determination. Complain about your sister? No. Comfort. You comfort Gloria and say Mother is wrong. When nobody can hear you, you offer to write poems with Gloria. You complain to Mother about how Gloria often leaves you. No. Why would that activate because determination? No. I'm leaning between comfort. Even though I have the future thing off, it says it's unlocked because of perception. Comforting would be, I guess, willpower related as it goes there. I want more perception. I would definitely offer... Like, she's been a nice sister. I would want to be on good terms with her because she hasn't been a little shit to me. She's been nice. I wouldn't want... If I were to detach from family at all, I'd be defiant with Mother, be a respectable figure to the father. Not defiant, but I'd at least garner the idea that the father would be fine with the idea of me standing my ground, as long as they don't bring shame to the family, so to speak. So, a pathway I'll at least try to go is, fuck the mother's idea, and fuck fate. I'll go my own way, and hopefully it doesn't piss off the sister and the father. The mother, she'll be stuck in her own ways no matter what, probably forever, but we'll see. Mother leaves. The last of your sister's poetry burns away in the fireplace. You hug your sister and whisper to her, let's go to the library, you say. The two of you can hide under the table and write something together. Gloria shakes her head violently. Mother said no, and there's no way She would even, and there is no way she would ever defy her. You reassure her that it will be your secret. You pull Glory to the library, she fights you, but you refuse to relent. You carefully peek inside. Your sister takes a small book from one of the shelves and you read it together under the table. It's a book of poetry about eternal love. Gloria clearly adores it. You decide to write a poem of your own. She recites a line in an ecstatic voice, and you repeat it after her and offer a rhyme of your own. She nods happily. You do this until the day ends. You have written a poem of your own and learned it by heart, but not a single line of it has been committed to paper, which means that you stayed true to your mother's rule. Nice. Alright, that is all the time I have for this episode, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to leave it here and continue in part 2. Yes, part 2, yes. But if you didn't join, look forward to more. Part 1, 2, and 3 will be uploaded relatively soon, so I'm hoping people will enjoy this, and hope people enjoy the narration and everything like that. But if you did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button, become a subscriber, hit the notification down below for updates on my videos. Thank you for watching, and until next time.